On August 13th, 2008, my mom led me into Miss Ford's kindergarten classroom at Farmersburg Elementary School with high hopes for my first day of school and my future school career. I am sure she thought I would happily walk into the room, wave goodbye, and make friends with my new classmates. What actually happened was that I started crying and hid underneath the table. My mom was afraid I would try to escape, so she first waited in the hallway and then in her vehicle that was parked right outside the exit door. She wanted to stay close enough to catch me if I decided to run away. At about 8:30, Miss Ford called my mom and told her I had left my hideout under the table and was playing with the toys. My mom decided it was safe to leave at that point. The same thing happened the next morning, but by the third morning, my mom didn't get a phone call. After a rocky start, I was on my way to completing the steps needed to get to this point. Mom, I promise I won't run off or hide under the podium today. Good morning, family, friends, Dr. Baker, Miss Liston, school board members, faculty, and staff. On behalf of the members of the North Central Junior Senior High School, class of 2021, I want to thank each of you for attending our graduation ceremony. Regardless of how our school careers began, I am going to assume most of us didn't hide under a table on our first day of school. My classmates and I are thankful to not only be here this morning, but we are also thankful for all of you that have helped us reach our goal of graduating. Before I go too far, I want to take a moment to thank the people who have supported me and have been instrumental in helping me reach my goals. Dad, thank you for always pushing me to do my best and for always cracking a joke to make me feel better. Mom, thank you for always being there for me, listening to me, and making sure I have everything I need. I would like to thank my siblings, Julia, Joshua, Joseph, and Jana, for always making life an adventure. Papa Don, thank you for teaching me about patience and kindness as we spend time together working on my 4-H woodworking projects. Meanwhile, Jenny, thank you for sharing your faith and showing me how to live a godly life. Papa Jim, thank you for instilling a strong work ethic in me. Meanwhile, Judy, thank you for always encouraging me. Thank you to all the teachers I've had through the years for helping me get to this point. Thank you to all my coaches who have helped instill a strong work ethic in me. I'm sure I'm forgetting someone, but I want to thank everyone else who's helped and encouraged me. As I look back on my life, I am reminded of important dates. And today, May 29th, 2021, is probably one of the most important and anticipated dates for me and my classmates. For my family, September 6, 2002 was a pretty big deal, since, I was born. August 13th, 2008 marked the beginning of this adventure, and school has certainly been a major part of our lives since. How could we ever forget March 13th, 2020, our last day of school before quarantine? Of course, December 28th, 2018 will always hold a special place in my heart as it serves as a constant reminder to cherish the time we have with the ones who mean the most to us. One final date that will ever live in my memory is October 31st, 2016. My 8th grade basketball season was about to start. I had spent the summer working out with a distinction trainer, lifting weights, and focusing on perfecting my game. The first official practice began, and I was eager to show my coach all that I had accomplished. As I was running down the court, I go up for a layup, and on my way down, all I heard was silence. As things came back into focus, I felt excruciating pain in my right leg. Many emotions ran through my head, and as I came to the conclusion that all my hard work had just gone down the drain, I started to shed some tears. As I lay on the floor with nothing but my tears and sweat to comfort me, some of my teammates and my coach ran to my side, while another teammate ran to get my dad. The next thing I remember, I was in the emergency room where I was told my leg was broken. A couple of days later, I went into an operating room and was put in a full leg cast. The early days of my recovery were some of the worst I had ever experienced. 6 weeks later, the day finally came when the cast was coming off. I was excited to think that I might have a chance to play some games before the end of the season. As the doctor removed my cast and put me in a brace, I felt some pain in my heel. However, the doctor dismissed it. When I got home and was using my crutches to get around the house, my mom noticed something on the back of my right heel. It was a pressure sore that was about 1 inch in diameter. The worst that could have happened just happened. I was now going to be out for several more months. At that moment, I knew I had a choice. I could wallow in self-pity, or I could do what it took to get to the level I was at before breaking my leg. I chose to do the latter and worked harder than I ever had before. I lifted weights, worked with trainers, and did an absurd amount of basketball drills. My abilities began to surpass those which I had achieved before my accident. Before I knew it, my ninth grade basketball season was starting. After a couple days of practice, the coach told me that he wanted me to be on varsity. I was so excited. I worked even harder knowing that my efforts were being rewarded. The first game came around and I was chosen to be a starter. By the end of the season, I was even able to dunk a basketball. The biggest lesson I learned from that experience was not to give up when faced with obstacles. Michael Jordan once said, "Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it." Even though all my hard work during my 7th grade year didn't pay off the way I hoped, I used that built up energy and transformed myself into the best basketball player I could be. I went from 7th grade basketball straight to varsity. That experience made me believe that anything is possible through hard work and dedication. My fellow classmates and I will have many obstacles placed in our paths as we leave North Central and head out into the real world. Right now, we need to make a choice. Will we let the hard times, the bad days, the broken legs define us, or will we use them as stepping stones along the path to achieve our goals and dreams? According to Booker T. Washington, success is to be measured not much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome. May we, the class of 2021, continue to push through every obstacle that comes our way. While it is good to remember those life-altering and defining moments, we cannot let them consume us. We, the class of 2021, must remember the great words of Rafiki from The Lion King. The past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. I hope we always choose to learn from it. Thank you.